Hey there, Soul Shines. It's Michelle here, and it's a Creative Expressions video. And it's not just any Creative Expressions video. This is number 100. Whoa. I have gone through phases. Sometimes I've done them weekly. Sometimes I've done them every other week. Sometimes I've missed like 3 or 4 weeks. Like, it's gone through phases and stages. But this is number 100. Can you believe it? I am just like in awe at that. I'm like, whoa. Anyway, Creative Expressions is kind of a podcast style crochet, knitting, apparently now other things kind of a video. We talk about life updates and all the things happening and stuff like that. So before I get going too much further, I would like to invite you to hook that subscribe button, hit the like button, and leave some yarn in the comments. So stay tuned. I'm going to talk about some yarny stuff. I have chapter links. I talk about yarny stuff. I talk about what we have going on with our books and life updates, all the things. But I also always have chapter links. Did I say I have chapter links? I might have. And today we have a special thing happening. Please, 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 please do not make any comments in the comments section that gives it away that we are having a giveaway. And we get some really weird people in here when people use the word giveaway anywhere in it. So I'm trying to be careful about keywords. But the reality is, in order to get it, you have to enter our keyword. You're getting an actual physical prize, which means I need you to be in the United States. You can be up in Canada, that's fine. I mean, not Canada. I can't pay. Canada costs way too much money to send to right now. You can be in Alaska. Actually, if you want to do a portion of it, I'm going to have 2 keywords, I think. That way, if you are not in the US, you still have an opportunity to get something. Because I have a way to send things a little less money that way. But we're not going to talk about that right now. It's coming up though. Okay. Finished objects. Let me think. Yep, nope. I don't have any finished objects this week. I do have a nearly finished object, and I wanted to share it with you before I finish it because the finishing part is not really yarny. It is, but it isn't. Okay, so as you may know, it's the Magical Mal. I'll talk about that first, and then I'll show you my project. The Magical Mal for the month of June is penguins. I'm working with Elaine from Penguin Place Crafts. She loves penguins, hence her name, and she chose our theme. It's her birthday month, her anniversary month, and she loves penguins. So she chose the theme. We are both giving away a prize, and I will link the official announcement video down below. You must finish your penguin or black and white thing or one of her patterns before the end of June. So we're almost there. We're almost at the end of the month. So Monday is your last day to turn them in. They must be finished this month. You could have started them 3 years ago and pulled them out and finished them. That works. If it's black and white, you can enter it. If it's one of her patterns, you can enter it. If it's penguins, you can enter it. And we're both giving away prizes. And to my knowledge, I don't think we are limiting the location. I know I'm not. So as long as it's legally okay for you to do it, it's okay. So what did I make? This, I did, okay, so the pattern for this, which I will link below, the pattern for this was supposed to be double knit, and I realized I just don't have the skills necessary to double knit it yet. I need to do like simpler patterns before I learn to double knit it. But I still use the chart. And so I did some color work. So it's got this adorable tall penguin with all the snowflakey looking stuff. And then down at the bottom, my favorite penguin right here. Where is he? He's my favorite. So cute. So it's got the two penguins. Here is what I did in the back. I used a jacquard ladderback technique. I can honestly say that I'd be surprised if I ever use a different color work technique. I really like this one. I've used it on a couple of projects now, and it gives a little more give than your typical thing, so it actually is really good for hats and gloves and socks. And once you figure out how to do it, it's pretty easy to set up and stuff. So, and it kind of looks really cool on the back. But the floats don't really matter on this one, because I'm going to, as soon as we're done here, I'm going to block this, and then I have this really cool bag that I'm going to sew it on. So it's going to become like the decoration for this bag, and I'm really excited about it. I really like this bag. Okay, so they're a little thin and deep, but I really like it. Cheyenne thinks of them as library bags, and it's got a zipper, guys. It's got a zipper. So I actually have a few of these. And I was like, these actually would make really good project bags for slightly bigger, not like huge projects. Like I couldn't put a blanket in here, but like I don't need it for socks, because socks, you know, are smaller projects, but this would be a decent size project bag. So I'm excited about it. And so that is my my magical mail for it. We have unofficially announced next month's. I need to make the official announcement video. Next month we are doing flags. Anything that is a flag or inspired by a flag. And the flags are wide open. You can do your country's flag, you can do your state, or any other kind of political flag that's part of your thing. You can do pride flags, you can do garden flags, you can make, it's called bunting. I was like, what is the word for that? It is a pendant flag in that, or a pennant flag in that it's a triangle, but it was bunting. I was trying to think of that word so much last night when we were doing our live. But I kind of want to make that to decorate my house, but we'll see. Because I don't know exactly what I'm going to do, because I have other projects I'm working on. But anyway, that's the unofficial announcement for next month, and stay tuned for the official announcement. Other things I am working on a Decade Divas project, and that is this Boonie Stitcher and there's Critters in her name. I don't know why that name is just not wanting to stick. And I do that every once in a while. I have certain names, like Going Green Mom, forever. It took me forever to figure out what her channel name was. It's so dumb. It's not like I wasn't watching it every day, but I still wasn't remembering her name. Well, I remembered her name. I wasn't remembering the channel's name. It was weird. Anyway, so yeah, I'm working on my Decade Diva project slowly. It's a crochet project, and because it's a crochet project, I have to be careful about my time working on it. But I also have another crochet project that I really need to get done that I haven't been working on, but I need to finish it in a couple of weeks. It's not going well. It is on my priority list today, so I'm trying to switch back and forth on the two projects over the next couple of weeks. We'll see how it goes. So those are my crochet, and my blanket is the thing I'm doing that's a mosaic. The most recent update that was actually the finished blanket, except for the border, was a couple Mondays ago. You can find it on my channel. Anyway, this also is my thing. I finally got heels done, and these are 100% alpaca. So that's exciting. and they are very long because they are for my 20-year-old son. He wants them to be like high socks so he can wear them with his boots. I need to get measurements before I go too much further, but I got like a good inch done last night on the live. Because knitting, for the most part, I can kind of knit and see things, like kind of do multiple things at once, which I like about knitting. Anyway, I've got a purple thing, and I'm just going to move it up here so that we can see how far I move. I did check my microphone, but hopefully it's recording. Let me go over here. Yeah, it looks like it is. Okay. Because I was like, wait, the last couple times I showed these, I had to reshoot all this because it wasn't recording, and yeah. Anyway, so I'm excited about it. I need to wind up the yarn for the next pair, and fortunately, the next pair will be as long. Their feet are nearly the same. So I have these two cardboards. For my kids, for my sons, okay? I'm gonna put their heels together and their toes together, and like their feet are shaped a little bit different, but they're like, their feet are pretty much the same length. So I need to get my other sons going. My other son will probably want like anklets, so that will be a little bit easier. I won't have to go ridiculously long. It's not ridiculous, it's just a lot. But I wanted to start with the two really long ones first. It's taken me way longer to do than I thought, but I've started with them, and then I need to find out if we're dyeing the girls' yarn before or after, and then what I'm gonna do for my other son, because the problem with my other son is he's 15. He didn't start growing his like growth spurt until last year, so if I make him socks now, he will outgrow them very quickly. So I think he's gonna be last on the list, in hopes that he gets pretty close to adult sized feet by the time I get to his. Other projects. Do I have other projects? Tithing projects. I didn't work on them this last week. What I'm making is what I'm making is soap sacks. So I don't know why. Stay. I don't know why I didn't work on them. I just didn't. So so sacks can be crocheted or knitted, and I will put a link to the like services page where you can go to their website and you can there's a whole bunch of free soap crochet and knit patterns and information and tag things, and you can go check it out. It's pretty cool. So what else? I look over there at my yarn and I'm like, I really want to start that. But I can't start my sweater yet. I can't start my beautiful sweater because I need to quickly make something for my grandchildren and get them in the mail. I missed my grandson's birthday and my granddaughter's birthdays in a couple weeks, so I want to get presents sent up to them ASAP. So that, I'm going to do their presents, and then I'm going to start on my project, which means I will have multiple projects because I also got to figure out what I'm doing for my Magical Mal edition. It might be something for the cat. It might be I might make, I have some more of these project bags or library bags or whatever. I have some more of these tote bags. I might see if I can do another color work thing, but this time do like, see if there's some kind of an old English flag thing to make put on a bag for Cheyenne, because we're studying Old English together. That's kind of my thoughts. Is that everything yarn wise today? I kind of think it is. I know I have lots of projects here, there, and everywhere that I keep avoiding, and that kind of bothers me. But also, you know, I've got to also be feeling like I'm making progress, and I can only do that if I work on so many things at a time. When the blanket's out of the way and the Decade Divas project is out of the way, then I think my next thing after that will be working on some of the on hold projects and stuff. So we'll see. Anyway, let's talk about books before we move on. So I'm really excited. I'm not going to show it to you today, but I'm in the process of editing a video or an image. Cheyenne drew an image. It's a guitar with a couple cats that definitely she based them off of our cats, because both cats have slightly different face shapes, and one is more like Hades and one is more like Star. Star has a rounder face, and Hades has got a very wild face. He's my little wild cat. And even his markings, he just reminds me of a wild cat. His coloring is kind of more matte like, whereas Star's is very shiny and sleek. And they both, where Star has markings, Star is white and tabby, like markings. Their markings are what is called a broken mackerel, so it's kind of spotted looking, and because of that, it adds to this like wild cat look. It's really, really cool. If I have good pictures of them, I will put them up here. I don't know if I have good pictures. And I did have finished projects. Real finished objects. I'm gonna put them up there. I knit one of the Dobby socks, and I knit a frog with some of that polyester Chanel stuff. It's got a couple marbles in it, so that it's a fidget. And my daughter's going to a girls' camp, and they get Secret Sisters, and they are for her to give away for Secret Sister gifts. So finished those. I will put up pictures because my daughter's got them to take to camp. I forgot about those. I knew I finished something. I had this impression that I finished something, but I did make sure I got pictures, so I will put those up. Okay, so also we've been doing this animal book for a couple of months. Cheyenne drew a whole bunch of animals. I think we've got 18 different little animals that I've been editing, and I am currently in the process of editing the penguin. My goal is to finish the penguin before the end of the month. I'm getting really close to having them all done. I think after the penguin, I've got maybe 3 more. When I've got them all done and looking kind of consistently, making them about the same size, we will be making digital stickers for those, and we'll be putting those in journals, and that's really exciting. I do have a penguin. This is our approved copy. Happy Thoughts. Isn't he freaking adorable? Of course, this stripe right here is just to say that's proof. It will not be there on the final copy. And when you open it up, you do get a little copy of him inside. And this is literally just lined pages. It's got our copyright kind of stuff here, but it's just lined pages. That's it. We have hardback and softback of this one. Hardback and soft cover. I don't even know. Maybe it is softback. Hardcover, soft cover. Blah. Anyway, we have them both. It's this beautiful purple with a matte finish. And they are available on our website. The other thing we're doing, kind of books, kind of not, we're looking at making actual stickers, not just digital stickers. Right now, the only digital stickers we have is the Hang in There book. That's... Oh. Hold on, I'm gonna grab it. Hang in There is this one with the little stick figure guys on it. There are 16 digital stickers that you can download from our website. That you can, there's one, it's set up so that it's printables and the digital stickers. So when you get the product, you get the pages like this, lined pages with the little guides at the end, bottom. You get each one of those lined pages and then a page that has all of the things as stickers. So you could take it and print it on sticker paper and you would have stickers. And you get a packet of, like a file, zip file of PNG files, which means that it's basically clear with lines that you can put and use, like, oh, my tablet's too far away. But you could use it like as a, in digital planners or things like that, like cute little stickers. So that's available on our website. But we're also trying to get set up to do actual stickers, temporary tattoos, probably some t-shirts. I mean, like, seriously, guys, imagine that on a t-shirt. I think it's super cute. So we're in the process of figuring that out, and we should hopefully have other products besides journals really soon. Trying to think. Yeah, Cheyenne's just working hard on images, and I'm trying to edit them as quickly as possible. It's a process. It is. Because we're not doing the AI thing. We are doing the actual, she's designing them, I'm editing the pictures and putting in the thing. If we did ever do AI, it would be asking AI to clean up the pictures. But I just, it doesn't make me happy to do that. And so I'm going to take the time to do this. Okay, so for the giveaway. So here's what I'm going to do. You're going to say 100 as in 100, the numbers. 100 is going to be a keyword to get one of our softbound journals. Except the only one that's not available is our one that is $9.99. It's got more pages. But you've got the mermaid books, you've got this one, you've got the Hang in There. Any of our books that are $8 or less on our website are available. Oh, you've got the crochet journals and stuff. So anything $8 or less are available to win. So if you win, then you'll talk to me. That part of it, that 100 part of it, is open to everyone because I can use Amazon to send it in your marketplace, which cuts down on shipping and stuff. So at least I think so. We'll find out. We will find out. So that part is open to everyone. However, a second winner is only open to those in the United States. Like I said, Alaska and Hawaii, that's fine. I know approximately how much it costs to ship to them, and they're considered, in my opinion, doable. Okay. What I have is I had bought this yarn because I think it's so pretty and I was so excited to use it. And then we figured out that Cheyenne is allergic to acrylic. So there are 6 of these. Oh no. No. I am not giving this away. Ah. I am giving it away. Dang it. I re-looked at this. Okay, I know there are people that aren't going to be able to enter this. This is 77% acrylic, which is why I can't use it, because Cheyenne can't hug me if I wear it. It is 20% alpaca, which will eliminate some people, and 3% viscose. I'm so sad about that, because it's got alpaca in it, but it's also got acrylic in it, and like I said, Cheyenne's allergic. It is a 4-weight. There are 6 of these. I will just read what I can. 4-weight. Care instructions: hand wash in cool water, lay flat to dry. Color is Cool Stream. It's made in Turkey. It's approximately 262 yards, or also that's 240 meters. It's 100 grams or 3.5 ounces. And like I said, it's acrylic, alpaca, and viscose. And it's from Mary Maxim. And there are 6 of these, and I'm really sad about it. I'm extra sad about it. I knew they had acrylic in it, so I was like, oh, I'll give those away. And then I saw that they have alpaca in it, and I'm like, oh, that makes me even sadder. It's okay. So yes, there are 6 of these. And the keyword for that, I'm just going to say alpaca. So you can just put in the word alpaca, and that it will be the keyword for winning this. Now remember, alpaca, you have to be in the United States. Any of the 50 United States. I think in the territories. You could probably do it from the territories, because the territory is about the same price as shipping to Alaska and Hawaii. But for the journal, anywhere. And you can enter both. And I'm pretty sure, yeah, you can use 100 and alpaca in the same comment if you're entering both. Anyway, that's that. That's the giveaway. YouTube's not affiliated. You must be legally old enough to enter, which is 18. I will pay for shipping. If there's any extra shipping, then, which there shouldn't be, you will be responsible for that. Taxes, duties, all that stuff. Trying to think if there's anything else to say about it. I will have a link to rules, and I will have a link to YouTube community policy things, whatever is required down below. And did I say YouTube is not affiliated? Yeah, I'm 100% sponsoring this, as well as Cheyenne with the books. Cheyenne's my daughter, in case you haven't seen her. She is on the lives on Monday nights. Monday nights at 7:30 Mountain Time. We're here every Monday. We've missed one because of a concert that my daughter was in. So, but for the most part, we're here every week. Yes. So, I have to go pause and take care of something. When I come back, we'll do life updates. One life update is I'm learning to make bread. We hate sourdough, so we're probably not going to learn how to make sourdough. But who knows, maybe we will. Yesterday's bread, most of us thought it was quite tasty. But one of the people who is my biggest sandwich eater does not. Got flour into my fingernails. He did not like it. He doesn't like the fact that it tasted like rolls. And so here I'm on the lookout for another bread recipe. We're going to try a few until we find one that he likes. It's easy to do and that we can keep making. I don't even know if today's is going to work out. First of all, yesterday I did a kneading recipe, and I ended up with the back of one of my hands was 100% red and broke out in hives. And apparently that is very likely an allergic reaction to probably the proteins in wheat. I do have to be careful that the protein, that like toast or like bread and stuff is cooked more than you would expect. So it's like extra cooked. So like toasting and quesadillas that are toasted, like things like that. There's something about that extra cooking process that breaks down the proteins and making it more edible for me. Well, apparently my hands don't like the bread. Well, today I'm trying an organic bread because it doesn't have some of the crap in it. There's a lot of interesting ingredients. I didn't realize how many ingredients were on the side of a bag of bread or a bag of flour. So we're trying that. Today's is supposed to be a pull and stretch, no knead method. My dough doesn't seem to be acting anything like theirs, so I'm really worried about it. I don't know if it's because our house is too cold, if I did something wrong, but it does not appear to be raising very well, and it's very stiff. So we'll see how it comes. But I'm trying to do it like a low, no knead kind of thing to see if my hands are okay. Like I said, we're trying a new flour, so it could be a flour issue, it could be our house is too cold issue, it could be that I'm trying a milk recipe instead of the water recipe, it could be an issue with the yeast, which doesn't make sense, but it could be. I say it doesn't make sense because it's a package of yeast and it's the same yeast I've been using and used yesterday. It's like from the same strap. So, and I just bought it like a week ago. Anyway, so we're on the lookout for a bread loaf recipe. I want to be able to make either every day or a couple times a week or 3 times a week, like however often it needs to. I want to be able to make bread. I think it's going to be healthier for us and save us money when instead of buying, I mean, like even if I took a whole pound a whole like 5-pound package of flour compared to buying 3 to 4 loaves of bread every week, that's like basically the same price, only I can get a lot more loaves of bread out of a 5-pound bag of flour. So even if that's the case, it's still going to be cheaper as soon as we figure out the recipe. So we're trying a lot of recipes, and hopefully we can find one that my son will eat, because he's my biggest sandwich maker, so he definitely has to be the one that approves of it. So I have a few things to try. We'll see if this one works out. So that's one of the things we're going on. I personally am trying to be I'm trying to be a little more organized I created a space, and I took one of these bags. I took one of these and I made it my devotional bag. So I put my journal, my tablet that I use for scriptures. I use my tablet because it's just a small tablet, it looks like a large phone, but I don't have notifications on it. I don't have like Messenger or any of the texting or anything, so I can't get interrupted by that kind of thing on it. And I have it very minimal to where I can use it for my scriptures, and I have ChatGPT on there, because the other thing I have in there is my Old English Bible. It's the it's the Gospels, and I realized it's been over a month since I did my Godspilla study. Yeah, there were some couple words that I was like, oh, I should know what that means, and I don't, because it's been over a month. So I did do a verse. I tried to do 3 or 4, or at least that's what I was doing, but I only ended up doing a verse, and I'm like, at least I got started again. And what I do is in my notebook, I write down the Old English verse. I write down my guess as to what it means. I asked ChatGPT to give me to help me have a literal translation of it. which also chat also likes to explain some things, so I learn other things, which is kind of cool. And then I write the King James Version because that's the Bible that I'm most familiar with, but it also is a it's a earlier modern English Bible, so it helps me to kind of see the translation, and then if I really wanted to, I could do a much more modern Bible, but I'm fine with that. I understand the King James Version, and so I don't need to do further than that. But I do write out the 4 things, make any notes that I need to, and that's what I'm doing. I would like to say the months in Old English are very different than ours. So, like the month of May is three milky month. It is the 3 milks month because cows can be milked 3 times a day in May. And then we're currently in Weed month, which is weed month, because it's the weeding process of the growing. It was very much agricultural based. I know that there's some harvest months and things like that. I'm not really sure what all of them are up to this point. The April was like an Easter, which was actually about spring festivals. So yeah, it's been kind of fun to learn the different things. Like I said, we've been really bad about it this last month. We got really busy with all the graduation and stuff, and then just never got back into it. So I'm trying to do that. I am struggling though with focus and time. It's taking way longer than I want it to. So I'm not quite sure how to resolve that, but I'm going to figure it out this week. Going to have a routine down, and even if I don't get anything else like into little great working methods, I'm going to do that. My other focus is trying to actually get my YouTube video in a consistent habit and pattern, and the book making, products making, and habits and patterns, to just try to really keep on top of all of it and not get bogged down in one area or sleep my life away. So yeah, that's kind of my focus right now. In the next couple of months, I'm really hoping to get myself into some good habits and routines and with a big focus on my gospel studies, both of modern and ancient Old English. Okay, so what else? Life updates besides baking bread. The van, still don't have a van, and my ex has been out of town. He's supposed to get back today, and I told him that I found out I can't order the parts like I needed to because of AutoZone's policies. So I'm hoping that he is willing to purchase the parts and let me reimburse him, because I'm more than happy to do that because I do want to buy them. But so hopefully he will do that, and hopefully he can get the car fixed tomorrow night, because really this has been the most stressful situation I've had for a long time. This one's been extra bad. I've also found out there's some really amazing people, but this one, it's not so much the stress of everything, it is my own emotional space. I was getting into a very dark space, but I have been using my healing work, and I've been using a lot of prayer, and I did the most fascinating thing towards the end of last week. I cleared up some really interesting beliefs about existing. My biggest fear was that I would not exist, and that I didn't exist, like that I actually didn't exist. You know, you have the things like the Matrix, or the idea that we're dreams or things, and those kind of things just really settled into me, and I really feared that I did not exist. And so I cleared that. I cleared and cleared and cleared. It took days, because I did work with my inner parts to help them feel safe. I told them they didn't have to do anything. And so it took a few days, but it was the best process. And at least the best results. It's like seriously been amazing. So I did that and got it to, I was like 95% complete on that healing. And then I was allowed to use some other tools that finished up the process. So I got myself to stop fearing that I don't exist, stop believing I don't exist. And then I cleared on I do exist and got that all cleared up. And then I feel full. Like there was this emptiness in me and it's gone. I feel full and it's kind of crazy and I don't know how to explain it. I wouldn't have even realized that I felt that empty. Like I kind of knew there was a hollowness inside of me, a hopelessness, but the hopelessness has been filled in. And it was really weird. Now, Cheyenne and I kind of had this thing going where I would say I am and I am not. I had this weird thing where it was like I totally being something and totally not being something, and it's like weird, like I am and I am not space. And so we used to talk about it. I am the am and the am not. And then right after I did this work, she kind of went into that and I was like, no, that's not true. I no longer resonate at all with the I am not. I just am. I exist, therefore I am. And it has been so powerful. It's like it just kind of wiped out the depression. I don't even know how to explain it. It just wiped out the hopelessness. I exist. And because I exist, it means God actually cares about me. He knows me. He is aware of me. How can he be aware of me if I don't exist? But because I exist, he is. It's really weird how such a core belief affects everything. I also had a phrase going around in my head, beggars can't be choosers. And I realized that I believed I was a beggar. Especially as I've been in a very needy place, asking people for rides. Begging people for rides. And so I cleared all that energy. That took a few days to get all the bits and pieces and the nuances and stuff. But I cleared out all of the beggar stuff, and then I was able to step into being a giver, being a contribution, in this different kind of place. That was pretty cool. And I didn't feel as guilty getting rights from people. I also know that if I'm in a position to, I most definitely will help. I love giving things away, and things like that. So I'm definitely a giver. I definitely care, and I'm really excited about it. The last thing I did was yesterday morning, and that was kind of weird because I was reading my scriptures and I read something that triggered me to think I'm dead. And I was like, that is a really interesting belief. And so I took in time to get rid of it. I'm like, I don't want to believe that. I don't want to believe that I am dead. So I cleared it away, and I cleared what it needed to do so that I could be alive. Not only alive, but alive in Christ, and just like the energy alive. And for like a half hour to an hour, my body was like buzzing and just like tingling, and it was like my body was becoming alive. That it had been gone or dying, but now it was alive. So I'm really excited about it, and I feel so different. And I appreciate you guys. You guys have been praying for me. I am so grateful for your prayers. So very grateful for your prayers. I'm trying really hard to pray for other people. So if you have a prayer request, hey, let me know. I would be happy to pray for you. And I'm so grateful for the prayers. I am so grateful that I have found a solution to my emptiness. And I hope that if you are feeling empty, that you too can find your solutions. I'm hoping that also that this can just is helping me to get into a place where I can start receiving some of the other desires of my heart. Anyway, I think that's kind of it for today. I hope I didn't ramble for too long. I love you guys so much. Please tell me this is recorded. Oh, it is. Okay. I saw something there. I'm like, those numbers aren't moving, but it's like slightly over where the numbers move. I truly love you guys. I want to remind you guys, of course, all the patterns. Anything that has a pattern like this is linked below. Even if you crochet or diamond art and you want to use this pattern, you can use the chart for anything. That's a great thing about charts. Yeah, this chart was designed for the double knitting. I used it for just color work, and you could totally use it for, like, it would take a little thinking, but you could figure out how to make a mosaic overlay. You could do the filet crochet. I bet there's a way to figure that out with the chart. That would be very interesting. So anyway, yeah, you can use the chart for anything, but that chart's below. Remember to let your light shine through your creations, whatever they be, and I'll see you guys next time.